affect me. I do what I want to do. If they do or they don't accept me, they expect me to give up. I almost did. Things went from moving faster, slow motion. I was losing focus, stuck on that. It was smooth on the surface, but underneath it was broken. Hoping to find.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Wentz now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. A first NFL carry for the rookie from Georgia, Nick Chubb. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Room to run past midfield. Man open. He's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's first and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Wentz. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. Leap into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. This is McCaffrey. Showed a good move, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
On second down, here's Rosen. Complete. Richardson has it. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Whoosh. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. There's the first NFL catch for a name to remember, Equanimeous St. Brown. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them. One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches, so as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. And this is taken in at the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That goes for a gain of 31. Ground, McCaffrey able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert?
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there, punching it in from a yard away. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wentz now on first down. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Jordan Willis in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Wentz to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw, it's Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Returnable for Lockett. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense, they've got it set up on the silver platter. 1st and goal inside the 10. A very short field to work with now. First and goal after the great punt return. Here's Rosen to throw. Josh Rosen put that one in the trophy case, his first NFL touchdown pass, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
I don't care how calm, cool, collected you carry yourself. I don't care how contained you are in your emotions. Your first touchdown pass in the NFL is awfully special. And Josh Rosen is always going to put out the vibe that, hey, I do this all the time. But inside, he's got to be so excited to have that first taste of success in the league.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down.
On the ball. Lion.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And there's the first NFL catch for the Maryland man, DJ Moore. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Come on now.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun now for Wentz. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They do go for it. It's Wentz. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. That hell running right through it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Back to that Philly. Here we go. Detroit.
On 2nd down, Rosen. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Rosen will throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now Rosen on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Oh, this is blocked. And all the defense has it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spend a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offense.
Under pressure, they got him again.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? 2nd sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello.
Well, he dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
81.
Throwing is Wentz. Rolling to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Reuben and Foster loses the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down.
I got him. Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. McManus able to put it through, and that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you got to circle a guy around, and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball, and when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
They go play action here on first down. They'll buy some time right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 3 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. C.J. Anderson of the game. He gets it here. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb had some room to work. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Check. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Man 5-7. Good chip.
They'll run with Chubb. And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Wentz now to throw. Flushed out right. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
I think this one comes under the heading of sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because you and I both know coaches go crazy seeing their quarterbacks roll out, in this case to the right side, and try and throw back into the middle of the field. He got away with one there.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Reuben Foster picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Another run, this time McCaffrey. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Now he'll escape to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Now the try here for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now Rosen looking to throw. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Rosen. Underneath for Johnson. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On play action, Rosen. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Carl Lawson in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now it's Rosen. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Now Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Jordan Willis in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Flush to his right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Play action here with Rosen. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And now it's Rosen looking. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Being chased out left. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Here's Rosen. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. To throw is Rosen. They'll roll him out right. And boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Now Rosen. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this goal line?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at it 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary has really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he's got room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is...
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to let this one go. And now here is another interception. Kevin King with a pick, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go play action. It's Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Rosen to throw. Complete. Richardson has it. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet. Get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back at New Paltz, Mrs. Bafima Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Now let's go. 3, 19.
Rosen off the play action. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Taco Charlton. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz over the middle to Smith. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. From midfield, here's Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On 2nd down, Rosen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Rosen will throw. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. A big play for the Bucs there on 3rd down. 53 yards.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch, and it came on a crossing route. I could just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback always said the same thing. What route does a defense hate? Crossing route. Hate it, hate it, hate it, because it's hard to change direction when they get going full speed in the other way.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go to Johnson again. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Rosen's going to throw it. Dumping it off for Johnson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Rosen looking to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Vontaze Burfict coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Rosen. Hard throw, incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
To throw is Wentz, sliding out of the pocket. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. Space to run past the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Bucs, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns.